pull. The pull is the final layer of the ghost universe, not because it is the highest or deepest or most important, but because it sits at the furthest horizon of your experience. The pull is not a state, not a feeling, not a belief, and not a destination. It is the quiet sensation that your life is leaning towards something, even if you cannot name what that something is. If the realm widens your awareness, the pull tilts it. It is the subtle direction that accompanies you through every stage of your life. The sense that there is a movement unfolding beneath your choices, beneath your emotions, beneath your relationships, beneath your history. The pull is what gives your life its trajectory, not a path, not a purpose, not a reason, but a direction, a gentle forwardness. People often misunderstand the pull because they expect it to be dramatic or clear. They expect revelation or instruction or meaning. But the pull does not behave that way. It is barely perceptible. A faint leaning, a slight inclination, a quiet inner shift that tells you that the moment you are in is not the end of the story. The pull is what keeps you moving, even when you do not know why. It is what opens you, even when you feel closed. It is what draws you towards certain people, certain experiences, certain truths. It is what helps you return to yourself after collapse. It is what lets you sense that something larger is unfolding through your life. The pull is not certainty. It is continuity. You have felt the pull many times without naming it. When you ended a relationship because something in you knew you could not stay. When you changed direction in life without being able to explain your choice. When you felt the urge to reach out to someone you had not spoken to in years. When you moved to a new place because you sensed that staying where you were would keep you smaller than you were meant to be. These moments are not rational decisions. They are responses to the pull. The pull does not tell you what to do. It tells you where your attention is leaning. It draws you towards what is unfinished, towards what is true, towards what is calling for recognition. Sometimes it draws you toward healing. Sometimes it draws you into difficulty. Sometimes it draws you into relationships that change the entire shape of your life. The pull is not benevolent or malevolent. It is structural. It is not concerned with your comfort. It is concerned with your unfolding. The pull lives beneath the level of thought. It is not a plan. It is not desire, although desire sometimes carries its signal. It is the underlying movement in your life that gives your story its shape. It is what remains constant even when everything else changes. Some people feel the pull as a question. Some feel it as a longing. Some feel it as a direction. Some feel it as a restlessness. Some feel it as a form of recognition. Some feel it as the quiet sense that they are walking towards something, even if they have no idea what it is. The pull is about orientation. A tree does not grow because it wants to. It grows because it is pulled upward by something it cannot see. The pull works in the same way. It draws you toward the next shape of your life, not through striving, but through inevitability. You cannot choose the pull. You can only notice it. When you look back at your life, you will see the pull clearly. Moments that seemed random at the time reveal themselves as essential. Encounters that felt accidental become part of a pattern. Decisions that made no sense in the moment turn out to be part of your unfolding. The pull is easier to recognize in hindsight, but it is always active, always shaping. The pull is the companion of the realm. The realm widens you. The pull moves you. The realm shows you that you are part of something larger. The pull shows you that you are also moving within it. Some people sense the pull most strongly during profound life events when everything becomes stripped back and the direction beneath their life becomes visible. Others notice it in quieter moments when they realize they can no longer stay where they are. Others feel it as a constant tension, a soft gravitational draw toward a deeper truth. The pull does not demand, it invites. It does not instruct, it inclines. It sits closest to mystery. The dot lives at the centre of your being. The pull lives at the edge of your horizon. One anchors you, the other draws you forward. Between them is your life. People sometimes confuse the pull with destiny. The pull does not fix an outcome. It moves with you, responding as you change. It bends around your experiences, your relationships, your memories. It does not define a single future. It shapes the movement toward possibility. The pull is not a promise. It is a leaning. A gentle, ongoing leaning. When you begin to recognize the pull, your life feels less random. Not easier, not clearer, but less fragmented. You begin to understand that the sense of being drawn forward is not a mistake or an illusion. It is a structural part of being alive. The pull is the tension between who you are and who you are becoming. It is the unfolding of your inner architecture over time. Even in grief, you feel the pull. Even in collapse, you feel it. Even when you have no energy to move, something in you continues to lean toward the next moment. That leaning is the pull. Some people sense it most strongly in the presence of love. Others feel it during loss. Others feel it when something in their life no longer fits. Others feel it when they touch the realm and return altered. Others feel it in memory. Others feel it in silence. Others feel it in chaos. The pull does not originate from any of these. It moves through them. The pull does not tell you where you will end up. It tells you that you are already on your way. In the ghost universe, the pull sits at the horizon because it does not try to complete the story. It names the truth that the story is never complete. It names the quiet, steady movement beneath your life. It names the horizon you walk towards even when you are standing still. It names the part of you that remains open to possibility, no matter how much you have endured. The pull is not about becoming someone better. It is not about achieving something greater. It is about continuing to move towards what your life is already revealing. And in this sense, everything gathers here. Memory, presence, light and dark, love, the codex, the realm, the pull. Not as a system, not as a method, not as a way of living, but as a way of naming what has been unfolding within you all along.